We've been doing this new foot stretch in class lately. I like to teach this sideways so you get my side view. And but what we do is we stand with our feet about pelvis distance apart. And we step the right foot back. I bend my front knee a little bit here, but you could do it without bending it if that's better. You want your pelvis to still face forward, and you want both feet to point in that forward direction, not turned out. And not because that's a bad thing, but just because we're trying to not do that. And what we do is just bend that back knee and come up, kind of bend the toes of the back foot backwards, and then press the heel down. So bend them back and press the heel down. Back and down. And I do this and mostly keep my trunk and my pelvis pretty uninvolved. So I'm not really leaning my body forward and back as I do it. I'm just moving it kind of from my leg. Good. And then the next time you're there, hold it and keep the knee bent and the toes really bent back for a little extra stretch. And then press the heel back. Push back with the heel and see if you can pick your toes up. Good. And then the next step here is to bend the knee, bend the toes backwards, and then we roll over the toes so the top of the foot is on the floor. This can be pretty wobbly, so use the wall if you need it. Good. And then roll back, bend the toes backwards, and set the heel down. Roll up, bend the toes backwards, roll over the toes onto the top of the foot. Good. Always stretchy for me. And then bend the toes backwards and then set the heel down. Good. Release. Let's do the other side. Step your left foot back. Maybe bend your front knee. Remember, feet are pointing forward. We'll bend the toes backwards. Bend the knee, bend the toes backwards. That's it. We did this a bunch on the other side. Why do we want flexible toes? Because it helps with our balance. It's not just because it's cool to have flexible toes or anything, but it really makes us better able to move in our bodies. It gives our feet, it makes them better at sensing what's happening. And then we're going to add that pause. So we'll stay here. The toes are bent backwards. We're going to pause here. Makes it extra good. And then we press the heel back, press the heel into the ground. Maybe pick your toes up. Maybe not. Good. And then we're going to add the next step. We're going to bend the toes back. And then we roll over the toes so we're on the top of the foot. Good. And then we turn the toes, bend the toes backwards, and then press the heel down. Let's do that again. So bend the toes backwards, roll over the top of the foot. Top of the foot is on the floor. Good. And back. So 2 more times. Roll over, top of the foot's on the floor, super stretchy. And then toes are bent backwards and press the back heel down. Bend the toes backwards, roll over. Yay. Bend the toes backwards, press the heel back, pick up the toes a little extra, and release. Good.